Hello friends, it's me, and today let's watch why does Gen Z carry so much less style theory from the style theorists. Together, let's go. Let's start. Thank you.
Who packs the best bag, millennials or Gen Z? Today we're taking the question of what's in my bag to the extreme to find out who's packing greatness and who should pack up and go home. Hello Internet, welcome to Style Theory, the show that's always packing heat. Because it's summer and I have to turn off the AC to film this video. What did you think I meant?
Hello Internet, welcome to Style Theory.
Silly. But since we are talking about packing, I wanted to talk about a trend that I've seen a recent resurgence of here on YouTube and over on TikTok. And that's the what's in my bag trend. You know, the one where a person takes their bag and dumps out all the contents to show you everything that they deem worthy enough to carry around every day, all day. That one. But it's not just YouTubers and TikTokers talking about this. Even Vogue, the fashion magazine, has deemed this trend worthy enough of an entire show on their YouTube channel in multiple countries. So yeah, we need to talk about it.
Nowadays, your bag is more than just a way for you to carry your stuff. It's an extension of your personality. The size, the shape, the contents, the decoration, it can reveal more about you than if someone leaked your group chat.
But after watching hundreds, and I do mean hundreds, of what's in my bag videos, I've also discovered that it can tell us a lot about the differences between Gen Z and millennials. But here's the thing. It's been a long time since I've actually carried a real bag. Nope, really. This is my everyday bag. And so what does my bag say about me? Well, it says that I really like pockets. However, I am ready to be convinced to level up my bag game, and I want it to be the best bag filled with the best items. But who is the MVP of the BAG? Gen Z or millennials? To find out, they will be going head to head in a generation battle! Bag edition. And you can cast your votes now. If you're team Gen Z, then hit that like button. Or if you're team millennial, then solo tap that subscribe button. And we'll see which one gets the most votes.
Oh, that is clever. That is actually clever. Alright, remember to like, share, subscribe, comment, follow. Thank you.
Two generations will be battling it out in 5 different categories: bag, beauty, wellness, fun and games, and of course, a wildcard round.
What's a wildcard item? Well, you'll have to stick around to find out. And to find out if either of these bags can actually convince me to ditch the pockets and
Yeah, so I guess I need to watch the entire video of this video from the style theorists. I see what you did there. Clever.
actually carry a brand new bag. Now here's the thing, you can't actually put anything in a bag until you actually have a bag. But which bag should you get? And a reminder that we are looking at the overall trends for each generation, not individual personal preference.
When it comes to millennials, the biggest selling point for any bag is how much can I fit in it?
Back in the 2000s, bags were big, and I don't mean popular. I mean bags were literally huge, but huge.
While bags entered the new millennia in a relatively small fashion, like the Dior saddlebag or the Fendi baguette, by around 2005, that changed in a big way.
This likely came down to one big bag to rule them all, the Balenciaga City Bag.
While tote bags and messenger bags did all have huge millennial moments, this was the bag on the arm of every big-name celebrity and socialite of the era. Think Mary-Kate and Ashley, Kim K, ex-Tina, Lindsay Lohan.
You get the idea. It was everywhere. The Balenciaga City Bag convinced every other brand to hop on the big bodacious bag trend as well. Chanel, Fendi, all of them wanted a piece of that bag, the money bag, and also the big Balenciaga City Bag.
The key features of this iconic bag.
Okay, so can I just pause for first and just acknowledge that I'm not the target audience for this episode from the style theorists, but I'm just still finding this episode very entertaining and funny to watch. Okay, I'm a male martial artist that don't mind carrying 20kg, 30kg bags. My secondary school bag, I kid you not, my secondary school bag was always 20kg. Okay, sometimes it was 25 or 30kg. Sometimes when it was lighter, it was 18kg or 15kg at the minimum for my secondary school bag when I was 13, 14, 15, 16 years old. That I carried that every single day to school. So I'm definitely not part of this conversation in this episode. But still, I find it funny, so congrats. Good job. Thank you so much.
Bag include its large capacity, multiple pockets, metallic hardware, and its versatility. The multiple strap options meant that you could carry it by hand, or if you were feeling fancy, in the crook of your elbow like every rich socialite, or you could use the longer strap to wear it hands-free as a crossbody bag.
I love when I get to use my hands. Whee! Strike a pose. Boom. Ooh, ooh. I have fun by myself. And all the features of that bag are still present in the millennial bags of today.
Ariana Grande bought a medium-sized Loewe tote for her episode of Vogue's In the Bag.
This is like Mary Poppins' bag.
And Emma Watson brought a bag big enough to hold not one, but two other bags. It's a bagception. Big bags also show one big personality trait of Team Millennial. They want to be prepared for anything. Big bags, aside from being a status symbol, represent the ability to carry whatever you want for any possible situation. It's practical.
Oh, and that Balenciaga city bag? Yeah, it had a revival this year. Yes, in 2025, you can still find the Balenciaga city bag on the arms of people like Tate McRae and Bella Hadid. And you know what? That seems like a pretty big win for millennials already. So let's put a point on the board for them. Ding! Now the actual Balenciaga city bag is a...
She just she produced her own sound effect and the post-production and additional sound effect. The ding. It's like me doing the sorry.
Little out of my price range because the price tag on that thing is bigger than the actual bag. But I did find a stand-in that ticks all the same boxes. Dun 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 dun! Isn't she pretty? Just like the Balenciaga city bag, it has two strap options, internal and external pockets, and the capacity to carry a small zoomer. I think I see Ash in this bag. Hey Ash!
Hey friend, how do I get out of here?
Our bag's gonna go right up here on our stand. Look at that! So professional. But while
Yeah. Hi Ash from GT Live.
millennials tend to fall into that always be prepared category, Gen Z, on the other hand, tends to be more throw and go. And so they tend to choose style over size.
It's a trend that's been documented at length over on TikTok, to the point that one TikToker even noted that she could tell a true Gen Zer by their bag. According to her and other experts, while totes do still pop up on Gen Z's radar, overall they tend to gravitate towards smaller bags with shorter straps that can hook over the shoulder, like say the baguette style bag or Coach's signature ergo bags.
Hi folks, this is Lisa. This is my everyday bag, and this side is just a perfect size.
This also plays into one other key Gen Z trend, shopping vintage. If you were paying attention, you'll remember that earlier in the episode I said that before the big millennial bag was popular, the hot ticket item were small shoulder bags.
And since Gen Z loved their early 90s and Y2K inspired fashion, it only makes sense that the same goes for their bags.
This bag is a cute little vintage Fendi bag. I love it. I've been so into animal print lately, and this is the perfect size.
That is a great point, Olivia. Gen Z are also more likely to pick a fun pattern, an all-over print, or a monogram showing off the designer.
Whether it's vintage or brand new, Gen Z's been credited as almost single-handedly saving the luxury handbag market. And their tendency towards small designer bags show Gen Z's love for keeping things minimal but still elegant. They don't need everything, they just need their favorite things.
Which is why we will be using the designer, yet still pretty affordable, Calvin Klein Demi shoulder bag to represent Gen Z. She may be small, but she is pretty spacious. And she's gonna go on our hook. Not only are these bags meant to carry just your essential items, they are better for your body. Yeah, turns out carrying around big, heavy bags is bad for you.
Carrying heavy bags is known to cause health issues like muscle strain, spinal misalignment, and even arthritis. And with millennials getting
She makes a very good point. If you are just carrying it and not moving around. Case in point, as a martial artist, I mentioned to you, okay. I mentioned before my secondary school bag, right? Of course, I have to wear it, I have to move around. Granted, I have to take it out. The moment I take it out, I genuinely feel like I can fly higher, I can run faster. So take it with moderation. Also, slow and steady wins the race. Don't immediately just carry a huge one. Bam! You can. That is literally how humans grow. You get injured, you heal, and you become stronger. But having said that, let's listen to what the Style Theory have to say about this episode.
A little up there in age, this should be a slightly bigger concern than back when it was 2008.
Yikes. Well, that's going to be a point for Gen Z then, because we like to work smarter and not harder. And
Especially when you are over the age of 60 to 65 years old. Because during this period of time, if I'm not wrong, you go through the process called elderly. And if you are after this range, 60 to 65 years old, you are an elderly.
that puts us at a score of 1-1 going into round 2. Our next category is beauty, which is everything that helps you feel and look beautiful. Now, each generation does share some staples: sunglasses, deodorant, perfume, but there are a lot of differences. Let's start with Gen Z.
Gen Z is skipping out on old school brands like CoverGirl and Revlon for new brands that deliver on something that has nothing to do with beauty at all: transparency. They want to trust their beauty brands, and that trust has to be earned.
Are products cruelty-free? Do they use eco-friendly packaging? What's the deal?
This includes items like Glossier's Lash Slick Mascara and e.l.f.'s Lip and Cheek Stain.
We love a multitasking moment. Mwah. This includes items like the Fenty Lip Balm and the Rare Beauty 4-in-1 Face Mist, which is a multitasking item, proving my point that Gen Z loves multitasking. And so do I, which is why I'm gonna give Gen Z a point on the board. And these are gonna go in our bag. And when it comes to beauty, Gen Z's focus is skincare over, well, everything.
It's a philosophy called skinimalism, skin plus minimalism.
You're smart, you get the idea.
This means using fewer products and focusing in on products with better natural ingredients.
Products like the Sophie Pavitt Face Micellar Cleansing Pads, and products like the Kosas Dream Beam Sunscreen. Because remember, theorists, we always wear our sunscreen. These will be going straight into our
I totally agree, especially when you are bored, which you probably aren't if you're watching this episode, because majority of it is targeted towards female. But anyways, I'm still watching it because it's a style theorist, you know. It's educational. I want to learn something new. And sunscreen. I'm more exposed to sunscreen than most people because of this thingy, okay? Most people have hair or hat. I don't. So I apply sunscreen, and once every 2 hours or 3 hours, reapply again if I'm staying under the sun for a long period of time.
Gen Z bag alongside one other item: Starface acne patches.
I am obsessed with these. They're infused with tea tree oil, and when your girl is getting a pimple, then I would be treating with this after. So I always keep these in my bag.
No cap, I love these things. I swear by them. I still get breakouts to this day. These came straight out of my personal bathrobe. I love you. Mwah. And they will also be going into our bag. We'll also be adding some sanitizer. Now this one is from Touchland, and while it's a little bougie, it is less watery and it's quick drying. I actually first heard of Touchland because they did a collaboration with Blackpink. What can I say? I was influenced. And I'm gonna give Gen Z another point for picking not one, but 2 items that I personally use. You are really trying to get me to pick your bag. And our last beauty item going into our Gen Z bag is this Vegan Day hairbrush. I don't know if I've ever carried a hairbrush in my life. I don't like brushing my hair very much. I do it maybe once a day. Should I be brushing my hair more?
Maybe I should, because as we move on to our millennial bag, the first item I have to add is another brush.
This is the Olivia Garden Healthy Hair Ionic Massage Brush. Not only is it meant to detangle your hair, it's meant to give your scalp a massage so that it promotes healthy hair growth and reduces hair loss.
Which plays right into what millennials want from their beauty products: anti-aging and prevention care. Now that some millennials are hitting or getting close to that big 4-0, it's all about keeping their skin, hair, and body healthy and feeling good.
So what else are you likely to find in a millennial bag? To no surprise, it's also sunscreen. Now this one is from Dermalogica and it's an anti-aging sunscreen with a focus on helping heal your skin as much as protect it from the sun, which means our millennials will also be getting a multitasking point. We'll also be adding the timeless classic of the Neutrogena makeup wipe. I'm not typically a makeup wipe kind of person. I find them kind of wasteful and usually they tend to irritate my skin. However, these are meant to be gentle, so I will give it a pass for now, but I am not awarding any points. You let me know what you think in the comments. Makeup wipes, yay or nay?
Other popular items in millennial bags include new brands like Fenty and their Gloss Bomb, which really pays homage to that Y2K gloss that millennials grew up with.
It's important to note that only certain colors of this gloss are actually vegan, despite what the website may have you believe, which is good for millennials to know, but also for Gen Z, because again, they really value transparency. So no points for that.
But we will see that nostalgia is a big theme with millennials. Case in point, Benefit Mascara, which saw its peak in popularity circa 2010 and is still a millennial favorite, as are other classics like Purell hand sanitizer,
Simple, effective, not flashy.
Burt's Bees chapstick,
Simple, effective, not flashy.
and the Mario Badescu face mist.
Simple, effective. You get the idea. Millennials like being practical, which, whoopsie, because I meant to order a travel size version of this, but got this one instead. But hey, now we will be prepared for a long time, which is totally millennial. And it fits in our bag.
Now, this wasn't the best round for
Cost-effective.
Team Millennial. In the case of beauty, Gen Z has clearly found the secret sauce by staying
Exactly, it is cost effective.
current and challenging their favorite brands to do better. But let's see if they can keep their lead in round 3.
Round 3 is all about wellness. And this time, our two generations will be going head to head.
This covers anything
Hey, I got that. Okay, I learned from Mr. Beast. Sorry.
that relates to your physical or mental health. More than previous generations, both Gen Z and millennials have embraced the idea that taking care of yourself, both mentally and physically, is probably a good thing. Therapy, vacations, exercise, plus a little treat here and there, we love it.
And of course, my personal favorite thing, the snacks. So let's start there. Now, Gen Z's favorite bag snacks happen to be the mini versions of their favorite at-home snacks, which include things like Goldfish, great choice, and Pitos, which are the vegan version of Flaming Hot Cheetos. And I know a lot of people don't like the vegan stuff, but I'm gonna tell you a secret. Come here, a little bit closer, little bit closer. These are even spicier. It's so spicy! That's 1 point for Gen Z. I love the pain. Millennials, on the other hand, go for meal replacement bars, which are like the,
Okay, so case in point, from my own personal experience, this sort of spiciness, yes, females does like it. The unfortunate thing is, if you're going to eat out with them, they normally order 2 portions of this spiciness, and like, I'm gonna eat, I'm done. The rest pass to you. I, as the male in this party, have to consume spicy food more than, oh my gosh. On a very practical basis, 1.5 or 2 portions of spiciness. It's like, come on, seriously? And then, this is blackmail or peer pressure. It's like, I already buy for you already. Why are you so ungrateful? We're going to throw this food away. It's going to be $10, $20 of it. Why are you so ungrateful? I didn't want it in the first place, come on! And then, yeah, it's just shame you for doing that. Dishonor you for refusing this. And then you just have to suck thumb and just, your entire body is sweating, your face is red, and your snot is coming out, and just all this, you're suffering. And then it's like, are you okay? Why are you like that? What do you think? It's like, no, I eat it. I also don't feel bad. Because you eat 3 scoops. You eat 3 spoonfuls. I have to eat the rest of the bowl.
a go-to snack for boss ladies on the go, or something like that. Kind bars and South 40 bars are both very common, and they're also both very delicious. And so that's gonna be a point for millennials. I'm gonna eat so well after this episode. What? I told you. I love snacks.
Candy is also common for both generations, with Sabrina Carpenter carrying around Reese's.
This is just like embarrassing, but I love chocolate.
And Sydney Sweeney going hard for some organic gummy bears.
We've got some gummy bears. These are amazing.
Both generations have embraced the glory of journaling, with Gen Z steering towards guided journals like the ones made by Bandu. Not only are they cute,
Which is always a bonus.
they're designed to help with self-discovery without being too daunting, which is a great mix for a generation that's now entering adulthood and all that has to offer. Whee! Millennials, on the other hand, typically steer towards regular lined journals.
Also with pretty covers. It's Style Theory Blue. Into the bag it goes. But back to the bags, which are actually starting to look kind of full. At least the Gen Z one is. Looking at the millennials, there's a lot of room still left in this bag, which is going to be a point to the millennials.
Which puts us at a tied score of 4 for millennials and 4 for Gen Z.
Fall for you, Glen Coco. You go, Glen Coco.
You know, looking at the round so far, Gen Z is actually starting to look a little practical. One might say almost millennial. They also have a big overlap when it comes to carrying things like mints and gum. Both Gen Z and millennial know that keeping a fresh mouth is key, but this is where our generations diverge.
Gen Z isn't spilling the tea, they're keeping the tea in their bags. Olivia Rodrigo carries around throat coat tea for her voice, while Kit Connor carries around English breakfast tea to help calm his nerves about tea.
Sometimes in hotels they just don't have English breakfast tea, which is kind of stressful because you see like peppermint tea and things like that, and I just wouldn't drink that.
Millennials, on the other hand, well, they once again lean into that always be prepared mindset, including things like reusable water bottles, body oils, and these little things called boom boom sticks.
Name something that feels like it should be illegal, but it's not. I'll go first. These little boom boom nasal sticks.
They come in a variety of scents for a variety of purposes. The mint ones help clear your sinuses if you're sick or if the pollen outside has got your
It is a coincidence. It is literally a coincidence. I literally purchased it yesterday. I literally just purchased it yesterday. It is purely coincidental. I did not notice.
allergies feeling a certain way, while the lavender works more like a self-soothing agent, one that can help you de-stress.
And with all of that now inside our millennial bag, it's finally starting to look a little full, while our Gen Z bag is feeling a bit overstuffed. But don't worry, because our next round doesn't just involve stuff that goes in your bag, some of it will go on your bag. Round 4 is our fun and games category.
This can include anything from actual games to any kind of boredom buster that you could carry in or on your bag, including Gen Z's favorite, Labubu. This is the Labubu that we unboxed in our episode, and it's actually going to become one of our little mascot friends here on Style Theory. So, since she's sticking around, I think that we as a community should decide her name. Comment below what you think her name should be, and we'll follow up with maybe a poll or one of those vertical live streams so we can decide as a community live what her name actually is. What's my name? Anyway, it functions not just as a fun bag decoration, but as a conversation starter, one that could help you find your Labu crew. Ugh, that was bad, even for me. Actually, no, I stand by that. A point for Gen Z. Ow.
Other common items include crochet kits, film or disposable cameras, and of course, your must-haves.
Wallet, keys, phone, and also your headphones. Across the board, Gen Z is an earbud generation, whether it's Samsung, Bose, or AirPods, like the ones we have right here. These are always charged and ready to queue up your playlist or play your next audiobook. Speaking of, both generations went hard for books. And
I mean, look, I've been using this for a long time for my video, so it's one ear in and the other one is ear empty, okay? So, yeah.
as a book girly at heart, I am living for it. Whether it's an audiobook or an ebook, a soft cover or a hardcover, I don't care. Books are good for the soul, and that means points all around. Millennials are gonna get the physical book because I can't fit this in the other one. This bag is a little small. The phone's gonna go in there. And that brings us to our millennial fun and games. Now, millennials, like Gen Z, are never without their phone or headphones. But where Gen Z prefers earbuds, millennials opt for the big ones. Get it? Big bags, big phones. I think we're sensing a big theme here, right? Millennials like big stuff and they cannot lie. You other bags can't deny. If you walk in and your bag's this big, then they know you're Gen Z. Where's my Grammy? I think our
Wow, you actually... Wow! That's actually quite impressive. You actually just... Not bad. Not bad.
millennial bag is actually starting to get kind of full. Please stay.
While Gen Zs have their Labubus, millennials are revisiting an old friend from their childhood, Tamagotchi.
Not only can this decorate your bag, but taking care of your virtual pet can keep you entertained for hours while you're sitting on the bus or waiting in line for coffee. Maybe this time you won't die. You know, looking at our accessories, it's the one time that
Hey, Santi, for the food tourists. Hi, Santi.
Gen Z actually goes for the bigger item and millennials are so tiny. It's so disproportionate. I love it.
Other items include digital cameras, nap masks for when fun means catching up on your Zs, Barbies or other nostalgic toys, and tarot cards.
Emma Watson and Dua Lipa pack a pack of cards in their bag. And you know what? That's a point for Team Millennial. Because whether you're doing classic tarot or guidance cards, ain't nothing wrong with a good old shuffle and spread. Let's pull you a guidance card right now. Our top card is Cleansing Body and Spirit. It's telling you, go take a bath. You're stinky. Hey, wasn't me, it was the cards. I don't know if these are good. And that's why you don't carry heavy bags. Our bags getting full. Somehow we've ended this.
Oh, well, you can carry heavy bags if you are physically fit enough. Having said that, try not to immediately day one do it. You don't do it immediately in day one. You take it slow and steady. Let your muscles slowly get used to it. Let your joints slowly get used to it. Let your bones slowly get used to it. It takes time.
Round just like we started it, with a tie, which means our final round will decide the fate of who wins our What's in My Bag generation battle. And this round is a wild one.
This is our wildcard round, where each generation will only get one item to try and take the title of Best in Bag.
And each generation has just one more shot to convince me to carry their bags. Up first, millennials.
This was a hard one to figure out. Millennials are surprisingly predictable in what they carry, but there was one thing that popped up again and again and again.
Hot sauce. Now before you go to the comments and say, wait, that should have been in the food category. No, it should not. Because carrying hot sauce in your bag isn't just about snacking. It is a lifestyle. Just ask Beyonce.
I got hot sauce in my bag, swag.
Who are we to argue with Queen Bee? Now, I did give Gen Z a point earlier in the episode for the spice, which means that I kind of have to give millennials a point for this one. It's only fair. As for Gen Z's wildcard option, well, it's actually what inspired me to do this episode in the first place. Yeah, we've gone through all of this just because of one item in Millie Bobby Brown's bag.
But I carry a microchip scanner, which scans dogs, scans their microchip numbers on their back. So when I find stray dogs, stray cats, I check if they have a microchip. If they don't have one, then I'm able to take them to the shelter, get them registered, and then take them to my rescue so that we're able to find them a home.
Oh my God, I'm gonna cry. This is genius. Not only is it a selfless act, but it's saving lives with what's in your bag. Your bag isn't just full of trinkets and useless items. It's made up of what you care about and what matters to you. And that 100% deserves a point. And it's actually done the impossible. It's convinced me to actually start carrying a bag. At least sometimes. What? I can't fully give up my love of pockets, okay? It's who I am. But it does mean that we're ending the episode on a tie. 7 points to 7 points. However, before you get mad in the comments, I actually think this makes a lot of sense.
Throughout this episode, for as many differences as there are between Gen Z's preferences for certain brands and trinkets versus millennials' nostalgic taste and preparedness, when you zoom out and really take a look at everything that we've looked at today, they actually have a lot more in common than I thought at the start of the episode.
And while these may have been some of the top common items between Gen Z and millennial bags, it can't encompass everyone. I'm gonna bet that your bag looks different than either bag we put together today, that it includes different brands and different trinkets. Heck, even when it comes down to the bag itself, the options are nearly endless.
As essayist Daphne Merkin wrote in the New York Times, bags serve as the portable manifestation of a person's sense of self, a detailed and remarkably revealing map of their interior, and as a showcase of myriad aspects of their life.
Your bag is you, stripped down to your most basic parts. And now that we know what—
And if you want to reverse engineer that, the absence of some things in your bag speaks volume as well. So, from my personal experience, in my primary school, mostly in my secondary school days and above, when you go through puberty, your hormones start to react a lot more. Okay, and if you are fat, you tend to stink up more. I was fat for a long period of time of my life. Heck, I'm still fat right now. I do not carry a deodorant most of the time. Of course, I do carry deodorants some days here and there. I noticed that people that truly like you don't really care about the smell, because when in an environment where everybody smells bad, or in an environment that is properly ventilated, the smell doesn't perpetuate far. But however, people that are mean, people are mean-spirited, people are just finding trouble, or they are just bullies, or they just dislike you, they will use that fact against you. And it's like, you try to be defensive about it. It's like, gosh, I don't smell bad. I fail to recognize I was taught not to be aggressive to other people. I was taught to control myself, which is a wrong approach, really wrong approach. If people do say you smell bad, I'm going to say, we all smell bad. I did not say that. It's kind of a regret for myself, in which I didn't learn how to stand up for myself verbally. So, yeah.
each overall generation puts in their bag, it's time for me to ask you the big question.
Currently, I carry around perfume instead of deodorant, because ultimately speaking, you are still going to sweat even if you apply perfume or deodorant. Just different levels of sweat or different levels of perspiration. The word perspire or perspiration is not used in our day-to-day language. And it's like, when you're sweating, why are you sweating? Why are you nervous? What are you so scared about? What are you so fearful about? No, it's not. It's not square. It's not me sweating. It's the hot weather. It's me running here. It's me running here because I want to be early. I'll be on time. It's me running here so I can meet you on time, or me running here eager to look forward to you. And I came like 5 minutes early. Okay, and you were late, but the sweat will still be there. Okay, so you get the point, don't you? Like, they'll use that against you for mean-spirited individuals. But vice versa, you are able to see who is actually care for you, who actually cares for you a lot, in which smell doesn't play much of a role to their interaction with you, especially when everybody smells bad, or when there's great ventilation to the point in which your smell doesn't spread too much. Okay? And to the individuals that say that I don't smell bad, bullshit. Fucking bullshit. Everybody smells bad, sweats, everybody perspires. That is a very human thing.
What's in your bag?
But hey, that's just a theory. A style theory. Keep looking sharp. Coming up next on Style Theory.
What the heck is a Labubu, and should you even care? Today we will be unboxing a full case of these to figure out, is it worth it? Should you get one? And why are these little monsters so addicting in the first place?
Well, thank you so much to the style theorists for this video, but hey, that's just a theory. A style theory. Keep looking sharp. Thank you. Subscribe. Bye-bye. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.